Alright, so hopefully this will work this time. I realised it's dark in my room, so if I just do that, then you can see me. Not gonna happen. It's more secretive. I'm like a vendetta guy. No, I'm a bit upset because I just recorded for half an hour of me just blabbling on about stuff, and I thought some really cool stuff. That hurts. No. And at the end of the recording, I pressed the button. It did make a bleep noise, or the end recording noise it usually makes, and it just froze. The camera froze, and it said the camera. Yeah, what was that, Pen? What was it? Me and my dog just did the exact same thing, but both looking around, like behind us. That was awesome. It just broke, and then it said the camera has failed whenever I tried to enter it, and the whole half an hour recording isn't in the gallery or the whole video library anywhere. But apparently it's still taken out of the memory. I had like a good hour and 15 minutes, and it was a half-hour video. Only 45 minutes of recording left, so I'm like, ha, that's great and wonderful, so I'm a little bit peeved off about that one. How do I look today? Oh, I look sexy. My lunch is cooking because I'm an emotional eater and I need to eat my feelings away for what my grief is about for this loss of this video. So I'll try to cap. Oh, that's ready. Wow, that was quick. I'll try to cap up what I was saying in the video. I had sort of like a summary of it. Me and my dog had a really cool connection. Yeah, you. Talking to you. And I realized that dumb. I felt like I really sort of mapped out her emotions and what she was thinking, what she could be thinking, and it was just I realized why dogs are a man's best friend, sort of thing. And the whole thought thing was that, hey Penny, look up here, look. Yeah, it's a truck, it's a truck. There's a big truck out there somewhere. Wow, that's bright. Yeah, that's sort of creepy. The bright light at the end of the tunnel. Haha. No, sorry, blabbering on. I digress, as people say. I'm good at this. It was the thought of, I don't know what you're thinking, you don't know what I'm thinking. That doesn't really matter because we're always going to come back and do what we're doing, sort of thing. I'll always come back to you. Even if you hurt me, I don't know your reasons behind that. Doesn't matter, I'll come back. And we just have the same, that sort of same thing. I don't know what she's thinking, she doesn't know what I'm thinking. She could do something that I don't understand. That doesn't matter. I trust her that it's good. I trust that she's a good person. Dogs can be people, they're living, I can communicate with them. For me, that means it's a person. And yeah, it was just a really cool thing. And then I had the whole idea that if I was back like 250 years or something like that, that I would have like all of these cool, crazy ideas that all these other genius people had. I'm like, I could have been one of those geniuses. And then I realized that there could be other external factors in on that. Like, I used the example of paint on walls with the invention of a light bulb. Like, I could have had the idea of a light bulb, but I could have been thinking about a painted wall to get to that thought about a light bulb. And because they didn't have painted walls back then, I don't know if they did or not, but I'm just going to say that they didn't. If they didn't have painted walls back then I've sort of cheated and used something from this time to create something that was thought up originally back then. So I was using other external input sort of thing. I don't know if that's the right word. Englerfurstig, she's a great photographer. She has been talking to me about moving, which I'm a little bit upset about, alright? It's just, no, I don't know. It'd be cool just to have Ingela and Will. They're just really cool people. I'm just kissing ass now, aren't I? But no, they're really cool. And she wants to move away because Brisbane is square, as she says. I didn't really know what that meant to start with, but she described it, and it makes sense. For square being sort of thinking like a box sort of thing, like there is one set way to do things, and that's the way you do it. Sort of a bit like engineering. Yeah, a little bit like engineering, actually. And so I don't know if that's, and she compared it to like places like London, where they like sort of grungy stuff and things like the Mighty Boosh, which to me sort of says that like the Mighty Boosh, it doesn't make that much sense really, the TV show The Mighty Boosh. I watched an episode of it. I had no idea what was going on, but I loved it just because it was so weird. And so I'm sort of going on the thing that, oh, I'm really upset that this recording died. Man, I had some really cool thoughts in it, but now I have to remember it, which sucks because I suck at remembering things. This is, am I still going? Yeah, cool, 6 minutes. I have to hurry because I need to eat that. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I was making a connection between the sort of, not really anarchy, because that gets into the whole Joker theory, which I don't want to get into that. And I'm getting into that. I need to stop that. What was I saying? I'll probably edit this out. I cut my fingernail so short. Look at how short that is. So painful. Like, it sucks. Everything sucks. I don't know why. Chicken don't have teeth. Oh, this is a bad angle for me, I can tell it is. Whoa. Hopefully the dog doesn't eat my food. Yeah, I was getting, what was I saying? The sort of craziness of England and how they sort of don't, the culture there is better for English photography, because Brisbane's photography is more set, this is the way that things should be. Brisbane's culture is like that. And England's sort of style of photography, it's sort of, I was saying that I don't really want it to be called tacky, but it's sort of like a good tacky sort of thing. It's just playful, it's happy photography. And some of the things don't really make sense in it, but it's good because it's just happy sort of thing. And that just sort of fits with London sort of culture, where how they like the Mighty Boosh. And like, because she searched around Brisbane for places with a different sort of culture that would support her style of photography, and she said she can't find that much stuff around Brisbane. And so that's why she wants to go away, so they appreciate her photography and she gets more work, sort of thing. And then that I went on to say that bringing that whole sort of squareness idea would be really cool for my psychology. And then I brought up the whole thing about my questioning of whether happiness is the right way to go. Like, because I've asked myself, why is happy such a good thing. Like, what about something else? Why isn't depressed being good? And because when you're angry, you sort of feel angry, and I think it might just be my stubbornness that I don't really want to get out of this anger mood. Maybe because it gives me an excuse to do things and it makes it easier. Yeah, that might have been it actually. Cool, new realization. It's alright. There you go. Yeah, so it just got me to thinking like that. And happiness, it is the right way to go because it feels right, and if something feels right, it's good. And I was going on that, and then I realized, like, what if something like, I didn't really have to get that loud, that was annoying. What if something like rape happens? That feels good. I haven't raped anyone. Just someone who has raped someone, they could think, that feels good, I'll keep doing that because it's good. It makes me feel good, therefore it's right. They could have learnt that through models brought up, that they've been brought up by their parents, something like that.
No, you're a dog! You're a dog, aren't you? Yes, you are! That's why you play with squeaky toys, so I can't get mad at you! I can't get mad at you ever!
So yeah, then I was going on that, and then how can you sort of make how do you change the whole theory of if something's happy, it's good, if it makes me happy, it's good. Then I realized you have to get people to understand things from other people's perspectives. Like, if it's happy from, if it's good for other people and it makes them happy, then it's a good thing. Then it's right. And I was going on that, and then my throat's just gonna squeak. And so yeah, that made sense because that overlaps. It overgoes the or it ignores the moral beliefs that you're brought up with, because you can understand, you can learn that, get to a higher moral belief and learn that. Oh my god. No, I'm not really cutting down, am I? And yeah. So then that was good. I realized that happiness is definitely the way to go, as long as it's good for other people. If it's bad for someone, if your happiness is at the cost of someone else, then it probably isn't that good of a thing. Yeah, if what you're doing makes someone unhappy, then it probably isn't that good. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And I can't remember what the other things were. I'm really upset that the recording didn't work. That the recording didn't work. Yeah, I suppose that's it, really. That's it. I'll probably put another video up or something like that, because I can't remember what I was talking about, and I really want it to pop back into my head, and it's not at the moment. I'm just wasting time. So yeah, that was all it really was. My realization, my relationship with my best friend, a dog, that's alright. Understanding the thoughts, or the possible thoughts that made good sense. The understanding of happiness. Wow, that's pretty bold, actually. No, it was an understanding of happiness. Understanding of squareness, and how I want to bring that into my psychology, because happiness is a good thing because it feels right and it's not hurting others. So, and it's not an easy way out. Like, it's actually, you're doing the right thing. That's another, I was going on about the paradox as well of happiness sort of thing, of this sort of non-square thinking, because it sort of just goes back on itself, and then happiness in non-square sort of leads to the anarchy that the Joker talks about in The Dark Knight, but I don't want to go into that because it's scary for me. I might go on about that in another one. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, that's it.
Ah, puppy, puppy, puppy.